Hi guys, and today I'm going to be talking about the Mandolorian Season 2. Obviously it was a great show. Probably took me a while to get the review out, but yeah, so the last episode came out yesterday, and I watched it and I really liked it. Um, as far as all seasons, I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. Every episode was great, some were weaker, some were stronger than others, and I'll talk about it. And yeah, so generally it was better than the first season. I kind of liked how it branched out. Like, in a way, it was like obviously the first season playing it safe, kind of keeping it like very original to like the first couple Star Wars, and then it was clearly successful. And then they kind of really branched out, and they showed a lot of bravery in this season, and a lot of like strong stuff. Of course, I love the first episode. The first episode had Boba Fett, but not really Boba Fett. It was like this person in Boba Fett's armor. And other than that nod to Dune, I noticed, and like similar between Dune and Star Wars, a nod to Dune with the sandworms. Like it was kind of like they had defeat, like it looked like a huge sandworm, which was obviously from Dune. And then I kind of noticed all these episodes, they had a different like setting. It was weird. Like each episode was very different setting. The first episode was like Tatooine. Second episode was like very cold and just like Hoth setting. Obviously not on Hoth, but the third episode was kind of like on the water. A fourth episode was on the planet, like kind of the greenish, like sandy planet. The the fifth episode, which was my favorite, was in the forest, like a rainforest vibe, and it had Ahsoka Tano. Sixth episode was like on um like a Jedi temple, like a mountain. That was the whole setting for the whole one. Second, seventh episode was like a forest, like a very like dense forest. And the eighth episode was like on like a ship, which was all different, very different settings, which was cool because you could distinguish between the episodes. But it did feel like one bigger storyline, better than the first one. Like, around halfway through, they like stopped saying go to this planet and then you will meet blah blah blah. And when they stopped doing that in a couple episodes into the series, it got great. I'm not saying all these side quests were like good, and he's a drifter, so it's basic kind of makes sense for the Mando to like stop at these different places, but like it doesn't really make sense in the storyline. Cause here's an example. Episode 5, the end of it, Ahsoka tells him to go to the temple. After go to the temple, to get go to the temple so Grogu can be on the seeing stone. There's no reason. Wait. Okay, no. I have all this stuff. Episode 3 was whenever what's her face? Episode 3, when Bo-Katan tells her to go to Ahsoka. That's what I meant. There's no reason the next episode should be go to Ahsoka. There's no reason they had to go to episode 4 where they had a bunch of like the old friends that we learned about last season. There's like that was very like unnecessary. But again, I loved episode 5. It had Ahsoka, and I loved her from the Clone Wars, and should do a review on Clone Wars. But it was very good. It was like I really liked all the Jedi that came in here. Luke Skywalker came in at the end, which was amazing, which kind of felt like the Rogue One scene, but like with Luke, when he just carried all of the Dark Troopers. And then the second episode, like, it was good, but like, kind of confusing. Felt a lot like the first season, but like, in a weird way. And then episode 3 was really good with the Bo-Katan, also from the Clone Wars and Rebels. Episode 4 was the weakest link, because it kind of felt like basically taken an episode from the first season, and it just had it had Cara Dune and I forget the other guy's name. Episode 5, I've already mentioned my favorite one. Episode 6, that was crazy. That was kind of like very worrisome. I couldn't you can't get through the rest of the day watching that episode. Very worrisome, but seeing Boba Fett, that was crazy. And obviously at the end, the Book of Boba Fett was announced, which is cool because like kind of takes Jabba's place as like the king of like an underworld trade, which I think kind of will like take the place of like the Solo trilogy, which was meant to be a trilogy, but the first movie failed. So I think this Book of Boba Fett, the new TV series, they had 3 spin-offs. They announced 2 like earlier, and they wanted to announce this last one right after the show. And of course they have Ahsoka the show and the Rangers of the New Republic, which is very cool. Episode 7 was like a kind of a preparation, and that the coolest thing ever was Boba Fett getting that new paint job, and that was just like amazing, and like the whole thing was amazing. Episode 8, that's where this gets crazy. Din gets the dark saber, which is obviously creates conflict, which was already creating some mesh between like a new conflict for this 3rd season, which is basically Bo-Katan needs to be the ruler of Mandalore. That's what her goal is, and she can't do that without the saber. And she can't properly own the saber until she kills Din, which is a very big thing. So we don't know if Din's gonna take it. Din's gonna find a way to give it. And obviously the child conflict is done because they gave away the child to Luke so he can join his Jedi army, which is insane. That's crazy and very bold to get the child away. He was obviously a very like big part of this, but like it's good. And obviously it's not going to be the end of the child. We're going to see him because we know pretty soon, in like a couple of years in the timeline, his temple is going to get destroyed by Ben Solo. So something's going to happen to Grogu, and maybe they might see him again in The Mandalorian. Maybe we might see him in like an Ahsoka show, The Rangers of the New Republic, or something about Luke Skywalker after. So like that's good for me. I know it's not going to be the end or the last time we're going to see the child. Overall, this was an awesome season. It was great. Like, it branched so much. Like, there was, other than the dark saber at the end, there was not a lightsaber in the whole first season, which was kind of like aggravating. But this time we're going to meet a lot of Jedi. Very good season. I have high hopes for the 3rd season, which is going to come out in around like October next year. And then right after that, the Book of Boba Fett airs, which is amazing. I don't know the exact timeline of when the other shows are going to start, but I'm going to be watching them and doing reviews for them. And for any Star Wars and Marvel show, I'm putting up reviews for in Stranger Things Season 4. I know this is not one of my usual videos. I like to cover a lot of books, and right now, just want an update. I'm almost halfway into The Hero of Ages, which is the 3rd book in the Mistborn series. Yeah, again, I'm going to do Star Wars and Marvel and Stranger Things and shows alike. And obviously this was a very long video of me talking about Star Wars, because I love Star Wars and I just need like some passion. And I'm rewatching the Star Wars movies, and I don't know, I might talk about it here because it's sci-fi, and it's a great sci-fi series. And I'm rewatching the Clone Wars, and I'm rewatching the Clone Wars, and I'm gonna rewatch Rebels pretty soon, just for all the shows that are coming out in the next couple years, because of all the releases for Disney Plus. And very good. This is a very good series. I'm keeping notes right here, and then I like the series just because it was like, he's like a drifter, and it's not like the crazy, like your typical Jedi story. There's no like, oh, I'm gonna train to be a Jedi, which has been in every movie except for Rogue One and Solo. And yeah, I like this better than the first season, but I think they still could reach their full potential pretty soon. And yeah, I don't want to keep you guys too long, so this has been a very long little video, so see you in the next video.